Hello and welcome to today's video. Today I'm swatching Underworld by Cuticula. It is an indigo purple jelly base with shifting flakes that move from yellow to a rich gold to a green. The website lists the base as indigo, but I think unless you are in bright sun, it reads as a purple. I know that isn't a huge distinction, but I'm going to make it. It's also possible that the color of the flakes is skewing my perception of it. During the first coat, I'm just trying not to flood my cuticle line because I know the dark color will be hard to get back out again. For a jelly, it has decent coverage in that first coat. You also get a good number of flakes, and they will build up with additional coats. The gold shift is the most obvious here, but I am seeing a little amber into orange, especially at the tip of my nail. I probably broke my nail polish rules to buy this polish. I also have Elden Beast by Bee's Knees that at least dupes the vibe of this polish. I knew that and bought it anyway. Sometimes I do intentionally break my rules. Elden Beast was more dusty and opaque than I thought it would be, and I was hoping this one would be more translucent and have a slightly brighter base. So as expected, this is going on the comparison list. I'm awful for buying a polish on site without reading the description. I thought the polish had gold metallic flakes, but this has a shifting flake. Oops. For the second coat, I don't get even coverage. I think with more care, I definitely could. I didn't deposit enough polish on the right side, so that's the spot I need to fix. I think my footage is making it look more even than it was in person. With the naked eye, I could definitely tell I had a thin spot. And you can see it as a dark color, but I don't think you'd mistake it for black. We've talked about the rainbow Agama in another video. Those lizards remind me of this colorway. There are several species of Agama that have a golden head and an indigo body. I believe the brand Chameleon came out with an Agama-themed thermal polish. I wish I had room in my collection for more thermals, but I need to use my existing ones more before I purchase any new ones. In the third coat, I do go astray with my brush, but luckily it's the sidewall, which I find easier to clean up than farther back on the nail. I think I had too much on my brush because I wanted to make sure it was even, but a thin coat would have sufficed. The next time I put this on, my goal is to see if I can get it even in two. That is usually easier to do off camera. We need to talk about the purple Gallinule. This is a skittle bird if I have ever seen one. They have a deep purple body with a bright yellow and red bill. To add to this, they have blue, green, and amber wing feathers. They also have a baby blue patch on their forehead. The white spot on the rump is a little harder to see, so it might be the optional skittle color. And to boot, I love the bright yellow legs. In the sun, you can see the purple well at the edges of my nails, where there is less flake coverage. The flakes are very gold into amber, and some orange in the direct sun. As I move over to the right, you can see that gold, green, and maybe a bit of aqua or teal. I feel like I'm catching a little more blue tone to the flakes. And this is where I will say that I do sometimes catch a slightly more indigo flash to the base color. Most of the time I register it as purple. But as I raise my fingers in this lighting, I get more blue to the base. I want to note the sea butterfly snail. This tiny snail lives at both poles. Its foot has split into two over time, which allows it to flap in the water like a butterfly. And you can guess, it's purple. In the shade, the base color does look more muted and dark. I think if at this point you perceived it as black, I would understand that. I may only see it as purple because I'm aware it's a purple. For some reason, it looks like I'm wearing a matte top coat, but I assure you I'm only wearing a glossy top coat. It didn't look matte in person, so I don't know how to explain this. When my fingers are pointed down, we can see those gold to chartreuse flakes with just a hint of orange. And as I raise my fingers, you can see that green into barely teal. One of the reasons I wanted this polish was that I wanted one that showed more of the base color. For me, Elden Beast relied more for its look on the predominance of the flakes and the hollow. Inside, the base is still very dark. Closer to the window on the right, you are getting some gold into green shifts from the flakes. I don't see any teal at this point. As I swing over to my left and the artificial light, the flakes are back to their more gold and amber appearance with just a sparkle of green here and there. And that is all for today. Thank you for watching. Please subscribe so that I can begin my weight training regime. Start taking illicit substances that I will not disclose. And hawk snake oil on the internet that I claim is responsible for my dreadful transformation. Please enjoy a clip of my gray squirrel deciding the food bowl is evil.